Hello everyone. This video is part of a series where we are developing a microservices-based social media application with the main goal of learning the microservices pattern. We also want to learn the main challenges of microservices and some of the possible good solutions or best practices to work with them. Here is a diagram that illustrates what we are currently implementing and our plan for the near future. So soon we will also start with our front-end client, some Kubernetes, Kafka, and notification setup. And here is a more detailed overview. If you're interested in checking each of the smaller tasks, then you can come to this diagram and you will see, or you can pause the video here in this diagram and you can see what we are planning to work on. We also have a Jira board, which we are going to use which we use for tracking our project. And as you can see, at the moment, we are working on sending the verification email to the provided user email, right? Once we are done with this, we will be able to finish sending the appropriate response to the user and close our first task in our Jira board. Our goal for today is to perform a little bit of refactoring and start working on the email API or the NodeMailer email API, right? So we will start producing a lot of files over the next video. So I want to refactor a little bit this utils folder to have a couple of subfolders here, right? This will also change in the future. Whenever we have common modules and the notification service, we will come back to this utils folder and we will do some more detailed refactoring here because we'll extract a lot of the logic out of this folder. So let's start by creating a new directory. And I'm going to call this email sender. And here I'm going to put all the email related functionality. So I will put email sender. Within the email sender here, I will create a new index file where I can export the email sender from my email sender, right? I can just export this here. And then here I will export everything from email sender. And this should still have the application working. So I'll move the tests within the email sender folder because the tests are only for the email sender, right? So here I think that there is maybe a need to include one more relative path here, one upper directory, and the index file here. It should be working. If I close it and open it again, I think it will get rid of that error. Exactly. So now let's see if everything is still working from a TypeScript perspective. Let's do a quick check. Oops, there are 3 errors, and I think that these are coming from the mock email API. Exactly. So I changed the path here. It should be utils email sender / email sender, and then this should be working. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Let it check. Exactly. So now I have my email sender within a nice email sender folder. Let me also add a new folder for the password hash. Maybe in the future we will want this. I'm not sure, but just for the sake of organization, let's put everything under their own folder. And here I can export the default from the password hash as password hash and then export everything from .password hash. Yeah, maybe there will be again some TypeScript problems here because I think some imports. No, everything is working correctly. Okay, so now we have our email sender folder and we have our password hash folder and we have our email sender class, right? So another thing that I want to do is I want to extract the types to a new file. And this is because we have a lot of files here that are going to share some types. And if I have the types in the same file as the email sender, it may be the case I start running into circular dependencies here, and I don't want to do this. So I'll just extract this to its own types file. And within my index file, I'll export everything from types, or actually let's leave it as it is for the moment. We don't need to export the types directly. Let's import the things here. So I'll add the import statements by holding Option Enter. This allows me to automatically import the types. And I don't know if it's the same for you in Windows. I don't remember what's the equivalent key for the option, but your IDE should hint towards how to proceed here. So let's see whether everything is working. I'm not sure. I think that the mock email API will fail. Exactly. So because now it's not in email sender / email sender, it's in mail sender / types. And as you can see, this is also cleaner. It's clear from where we are importing, right? So now I think that the checks here should be all working correctly. Okay, very nice. So remember that our email sender needs to receive an email API, right? So whenever I have here this set email API, I can then pass an email API to my email sender. And this email API will then be the email API that will be used whenever we call email sender.send signup verification email, right? In our types, we also extended the email sender interface to allow to have an additional method, send email, within our email APIs. So this method of sending emails, it should be a private or protected method because we don't want this to be accessible from the outside. And as you can see, here it is being accessed from the outside. So this is something we will change now in this video. The send signup verification email, that is definitely something that we want to allow the external world to see, but the internal method, how exactly we send emails, they don't need to know about that, right? They need to access only some specific methods that allow to send specific emails, but not really the general method. So let's come back here to the types and let's change this interface. And in an interface world, we cannot say that a method is private. This doesn't work, right? And also protected, this also doesn't work. So here we are forced, unfortunately, to use an abstract class, right? So here we will export an abstract class, which is going to implement the email sender. Implements the email sender interface, right? So this interface here, email sender, and then we will declare abstract, and it's the exact method here, abstract send email verification with the same arguments and the same promise. And the send email, what we actually want to do here, we want to have a abstract, and I think protected comes before protected, abstract, exactly, send email. And another little thing I want to change here, I want to declare this as methods and not as attributes. So look at what happens if I leave this as it is. I need now to come back to my mock email API, and I will say extends the not email sender email API. That's let's leave it like this. Let's remove the I from the front because now it's not an interface anymore. So let's import this correctly. Email sender, email API. And now you can see that it's complaining and it's saying class blah 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 defines instance member property blah blah blah, but extended class defines it as instance member function, right? And it's so the difference here is that in my abstract class, I am declaring this as a property by saying that that property is going to be a function, an arrow function, right? So we can easily change this by removing the arrow function construct and using a normal function construct. So here, because we're working with classes, I think it makes a lot of sense to use this structure to define and differentiate between our properties and our methods. And if we do it like this, then you can see that they disappear, right? So here we have a protected abstract send email. So I will mark this as protected as well. And then the send email cannot be accessed from the outside. Okay, let's see if everything is still working. I will quickly run a TypeScript check because we changed some names. So maybe some things will be breaking, exactly. So the emails, okay. If I come back to the types file, yeah, email sender.ts, then it's missing, the name is not correct, right? There should be email sender email API, and then here I just need to change this type and this type, and this should solve our problems. Exactly, so TypeScript is passing. Let's run a bit of prettier for us to have everything already formatted. And let's see if there are any problems with linting, which probably there will be. Exactly, so expected blank line between members, that is probably in my types, and I need to add a blank line here. Exactly, so now everything is working as expected. We have done some refactoring, extracted the types to their own types folder, and we are now ready to start implementing our first, or the main node mailer email API. I will stop the video here. I commit the changes, I'll push it to the repository, and then in the next video we will come back and we will start with the actual implementation of the node mailer email API. And if you're interested in getting notifications every time a new video is out, because I have a lot of plans, so I have a lot of playlists I would like to make available, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. So thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Bye bye.